Is Driston here?
Welcome into Salt Lake Community College for the Utah Top 50 Elite League, coming to you live as we've got one of the best premiers, that's what we're going to call it, in the state, as a lot of the top 50 kids squaring off here in week 3 of this great tournament. Dane Stewart, please be joined by James Ballstead. And James, we've got ourselves a fun matchup tonight, the St. Louis Spirits and the Utah Stars.
And that's right. This should be a good one. Both these teams obviously some of them have teammates on either team, and it'll be interesting to see how they get after it together.
Awesome to have this in the main gym. The last couple of weeks we've been in the auxiliary gym. They've been doing some construction here at Slick, but all that worked out and we're on the main floor, and what a great experience for a lot of these youngsters, some seniors, juniors, sophomores. I mean, it is spread the wealth. If you're a top player, you're here, and we get a chance to see some up-and-comers in the state of Utah here tonight.
Yeah, this is exciting. I think what these kids have been doing the last couple of weeks is I've been surprised. we knew it would be good, but it was a lot better than we thought it would be. Just the competitive edge that happens here. Like you said, all of these kids play throughout the summer on AAU teams, and they're traveling all over the country playing against the top competition around the country. And then they come home, and 3 months leading into a high school season, they have to go to the high schools and do the open gyms and play against the freshmen, sophomores, whatever it is, and they just don't get the chance to keep the competitive edge up. And they need to be in their high school gyms, right? They need to be doing that with their teams. But we created this so that we could bring some of those kids together one night a week to get together and play against other really good players to keep that pace. And so far it's going great.
Well, the thing that's great, I mean, I was here last week to just kind of observe it a little bit, and you see kids that have an opportunity to really shine. And we see them in the state shine November, December, January, but you get here against top players and you get some great exposure. We had some coaches in the building last week, and nothing illegal, right? I mean,
right.
Parents and staff here, but opportunity to just kind of see kids play against top talent and a chance to be recognized and seen.
Right, that's exactly right. And you'll see it was like that shot right there, Jordy Barnes. Oh, look, his coach Barnes just walked in the building.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. Coach wasn't here, right?
That's right. When you go to that point, the gym, we keep the gym a little bit empty. A couple coaches are allowed to come and see, and a couple VIPs that way. But we've had a lot of great feedback from that, and these kids are just playing to play. They're playing for the love of the game. They're competitors. They get out here. There's no one yelling from the sidelines, yelling at the refs or yelling at them to shoot it, and they just get to play. So
you can see the free flow that we're enjoying here, and we will work on getting some of these names. And look, I love the concept of this top 50 and everyone wearing the number 50 on the jerseys, which is great. It's not great for commentators, but we will do our best, as that was Jordy Barnes who got fouled. And look, this is a 20-minute halves, running clock, foul situations, 1 for 2, 1 for 3. Right. Jordy here, a chance for 1 for 2.
On that last made through was Kyle Carley from Mountain Ridge. He is a shooter. He played. I got the chance to see him a lot this summer. He played it for UBC, and he does a great job. Quick, dangerous from the three-point line, but he can get to the hole and he shares the ball really well. He finds the open man.
Good ball movement.
But see, look at that ball movement. Yeah, that's exactly what you want.
And that's the great thing, is that those aren't even teammates, right? But It's just an opportunity, kids moving the ball and recognizing open opportunities, and that's what I love about it, is you don't have the parent yelling, shoot it, shoot it. It's just, we're going to come play.
That's right.
Makes for a fun atmosphere. As a double dribble there, the call. We've got 3 games on tap for you tonight. Our 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30 games should have some great matchups. This is Shank out of Weber, able to hit it.
Yeah, Hunter's had a strong summer. He had a good showing at the Pangos tournament this summer and started getting a bit of a following. He's played, I think he played a little bit for Congo this summer, and he was out traveling, but his game has a pretty high ceiling to it.
Yeah, Lee out of Kearns on that, missed that shot. As we'll inbound back here with the Stars, who are off to a nice start here. James, 10-3, the advantage for the Utah Stars. Of course, that's Stars with an S, so don't need any confusion there. Joked about that prior to the contest. Here's a 3 on the way. That shot won't go. That was from Hurd out of Cypress High School. And James, that Cypress team going to be a good one. Q Mesa, another one of the Pirates who's in this top 50 league this year, is a drive there and a nice finish off the glass.
It was Luke Moore from Copper Hills. Luke's a strong body, big kid. He's got some good schools looking at him. I think we expect him to have a good, strong season this year for Copper Hills.
Barnes ended up terminating their top of the paint. A little tough turnaround there, just misses. Rebound to Moore. Pressure there being put on by Kearns Cougar Javon Lee. Good work inside, and there is that big man Moore, 2 more. 16-3, my goodness. The St. Louis Spirit here falling behind. Got to get going.
A couple of things you notice here. Look, you come down the court, and this white team has moved the ball quite a bit more than the black team has. I think that's the difference of the score right now. You've got 1 pass shots or no pass shots.
Yeah.
And I would suspect coaches will make a comment.
Good unselfish find there on the drive to the rim, and they're going to head to the line here as we'll have substitutions coming on here for the Spirit as Hymas heading to the line here, the Copper Hills Grizzly with a chance. 13.5 to go here in this opening half, and the 1 for 2, 2 more here credited to the Stars, and a timeout going to be taken. We'll take a moment here. We do want to make an announcement. We've got some, nope, never mind. I thought we were taking a little break there. My bad. We'll wait on that announcement. We've got good news for all of our viewers out there, especially in the state of Utah.
Can't wait.
Ivy kicks it out. Corner 3, there you go.
There's Nate. There you go. You get a little bit of ball movement in there. You get a good shot. Nate Sorensen is a shooter. He's another Copper Hills kid. And Iverson.
Oh, good defense.
That is great D. Iverson with that pass. Iverson's another Kearns kid. Kearns is going to be tough this year. They got both of those guards. Javon and Iverson are just quick as lightning, and they can break down a lot of defenses.
They had a summer injury that might change that team a little bit, but they are going to be lightning quick across the floors. You speak of quick. There's some quickness for you, Coach.
Yeah, that was Kyle again. Kyle knows how to get to the rim. Kyle Carley.
Ivy here on the drive. That one almost went in. Rebounded by the Stars. Excuse me, by the Spirit. No, the Stars. My bad. We're working here.
We need the jerseys, right?
Here's Ivy. Good ball there to Hurd. Gives it back. Ivy, nice cut through the middle. (28) our score here, approaching the midway point of this first half. It's been a competitive first couple of weeks. This is a bit of a surprise start here. Is up the floor quickly, and the foul there given by Shank will send the Spirit to the line. That's Sorensen at the line.
That is Nate Sorensen, yes. Number 50.
1 for 2 there, so 20-10, the advantage here for the Stars. Well, you can see that
Luke
length.
Again. Length and strength.
That deflected.
Abe Conley, there's a Highland kid.
That Highland team, it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Jones can do there his first year with the Rams.
Yeah, I think we've got them on our schedule. We get them when we play at that Olympus tournament. So we'll get a first-hand look.
Boy, nice hang there by Shank. Weber Warrior, you talked about his summer, and he's got big things in store for him and Weber High this year as the travel there on the drive. Jordy Barnes coming back on the floor here. Also,
Will Santiago.
I was going to say, coach, a player you're familiar with.
Yeah, Will's junior up at Wasatch. That last play, Hunter Hansen from Fremont. He's a young sophomore. He had a strong summer as well. He was invited to the
Barnes with the steal.
Oh,
good recovery. Barnes gets it back.
there you go. Hunter Hansen was invited to that CP3 camp. Went out to that this summer. Had some good recognition.
That's not a Star Wars expo, in case you were wondering. It's
That's right, Chris Paul.
yeah. Here's Ivy sizing up Santiago, and a foul here going to be called on the floor.
You see Brian Allfrey over there yelling at the kids to move the ball.
He doesn't put up with stagnation.
No.
Timeout here. So we will take the moment now for our announcement. You ready, Coach?
I'm ready.
We got great news for you. Look, this is the third week of the Utah Top 50, and the Utah Top 50 is now available for high school girls basketball. You can find more information at www.utah top50.com. The Utah Top 50 League was created for the top Utah high school players to access high-level competition against their peers before the season begins. High school open gyms aren't enough competition for the top players, and in the Top 50 League, you'll play against the best. Fine-tune your skills and get competitive playing time before the season starts. Request your invitation at www.utah top50.com. Today, girls' games will be played the last 2 weeks of October and the first week of November at Salt Lake Community College, and teams will be coached by current college coaches. If you're a top high school girls basketball player, request your top 50 invite at www.utah top50.com. Absolutely awesome.
We've been approached by folks who have seen this going on with the boys, and there certainly is a need for this for the girls. We'll get a abbreviated season in, but the girls need to have this as well.
Well, that's the awesome thing. I mean, Coach, this has been around for 2 weeks.
Right.
And when 2 weeks in, they're like, we got to do this for girls. You know that this is needed and wanted. So it's going to be fun to see that come. In the paint here, good defense there by Hurd, but will be called for the contact.
I'd like to see Abe Conley use his strength a little bit more inside. I think he's a lot stronger than he's playing down there. He can really shoot the ball from three, but he can take advantage of guys inside if he can learn to do that as well.
Tell you what, the Stars have not relinquished their lead at all, Coach. They got out to the double-digit lead, and they have not allowed the Spirits to get back in it. Tough pull up there from the junction, get it to go.
Hansen.
Well, that's good hands right there by Ivy Laviso out of Kearns. Stick it in the gut there of Shank and end up turning it over. Ivy looking for help. Barnes going away from the screen. Nice kick out. Ivy the three.
It was actually JJ for the three.
Oh, that was Lee. That was Lee. My apologies. Quick break. How about that? Barnes. Quick foul.
Javon's filling in. He actually, his real team is the Virginia Squires, but he's filling in tonight. We had a couple guys that couldn't be here.
Will he be eligible to play 2 games tonight, Coach?
He will be.
Okay,
yes.
all right.
He'll be ready to go.
Conley in the post with another pair. Right now, everything 2 for 1. Hurd.
D.
In the paint.
You know,
Oh,
Iverson.
how about that finish?
Automatic 3.
Well, are they calling offensive
Oh,
on
what?
that? Oh, no.
No,
You're
they
right.
got it, yeah.
Okay.
Automatic 3.
That one lost. 5:50 to go here, opening half. Lee gives it. Ivy showing patience, going to pull up from 12, able to hit it. More than just quickness for Ivy tonight.
Yeah. They're a hard guard. I hope we get to see their hops. Both of those kids can jump out of the gym. They surprised a lot of kids this summer. Goes Abe.
Back to the well.
There you go.
Abe Conley. You talked about his ability to score, Coach. Man, he's been impressive in the paint today.
Yeah, he's. I think the more he does that, you'll see him step out too. When it gets crowded in there, he'll step out and knock down a 3.
That's a good piece for a first-year coach, no doubt. Santiago able to pull and hit.
I don't think I've met a Santiago that doesn't like to shoot.
Regardless of what high school you go to.
Exactly. Will's dad, Todd, is he helps us out up there, and he likes to challenge the kids to some shooting competitions. There's Jordy from deep.
He's testing distance. Offensive board gathered by Lee. Jordy Barnes is going to be a young man. When it's all said and done, he's going to be up there with some of the top point guards in the state.
He is. I love. There are a couple kids in this league, a couple point guards in this league that I really, really like to watch. Jordy's certainly one of them. You watch the way they think. You can read their mind almost. They're so smart and see the floor. They do such a good job. He is great at that. Ooh.
That's a great knockout there by the Spirit. And hey, they're within single digits now. Just kind of chipping away. 4 minutes to go.
For 3.
Oh, how about that
Good
find?
eye, there you go.
Lee
Jordy
with a
to
pair.
JJ.
You know, it's pretty remarkable to see that kind of trust with teams that have been playing for a whole 2 weeks.
Right.
You know, like you know where he's going to be. You know he's going to be looking. As a turnover here, far sideline.
Yeah, when good players get out there and go, they read each other quickly and they learn what the other guy's going to do. They know where someone's supposed to be.
Tough finish there, well defended. Hey, there's the range for Conley, just short.
Good.
Another ball going
good
right to
pass.
the rim. That was fitting. 3 won't go, offensive board. Hurd going up, just off the front of the rim.
Letting him play. Pass.
That's one of the things I appreciated being here last week is you don't get overburdened with whistles. It's very free.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, we've asked these refs. We told them this is just a controlled scrimmage, and the refs are doing a good job. They appreciate the fact that they're not getting yelled at. We told the boys too, if anybody complains, they're out. There's Jordy with another assist.
Cut to 7. The lead was as big as 4. No,
I think 14.
12. Was it 14?
Yeah.
Okay. Not too strong, and there's the whistle on the foul. Good
I'll
job
tell you
by
what
Moore.
can't go unmentioned is that sweet mustache on stripes over there on the side. I wish I knew his name. I'll get it at halftime, but
You know,
that's strong.
yeah, and it's if I recall correctly, It's been that way for a couple years.
Has it?
Yeah.
I don't know him, but I'm impressed.
There's some real confidence in that. I don't have the
right.
ability nor the confidence to
That's
pull that off.
There you go, Iverson. Ooh.
Put back opportunity, good for Ivy.
Lead down to 7.
1:40 to go here in this opening half. Stolen away. Quick hands by Leviso, end to end. That was a pass that maybe got away from him a little bit. Other end, Ivy again.
I was just laughing at Brian Alfrey's face across the bench.
It's a one-possession game here,
It is.
James. Costly turnover.
Oh, shoot that. There you go.
Barnes having to deal with Conley here defensively. Kick it out. 3 on the way. And things have gone cold here for the Stars.
Good pass.
Inside, 2 more at the rim.
That's Fitton out of Mount Ridge. That's great eyesight. Seeing the open guy makes a difference.
And, you know, the thing you got to love is that kid's a scorer.
Yeah.
And you got to love the plays he's made, unselfish plays to help get
Right.
the Spirit back in this. Turned over. Ooh. The Spirit almost had a chance to go down and take the lead. 32. No, what was that? 34-17?
Yes. I think that's what it was. Oh, good D.
That shot won't go. 10 seconds to go here in the half. One more chance for the Spirit.
Nate Sorensen.
And a foul on the drive with 3.6 left.
Get a chance to go ahead. One shot, 1 for 2. Nate Sorensen.
No pressure, huh? Chance to put his team up at the break here, and does.
He does it. 3 seconds.
3.6. A heave from half court. Hey, able to nail it.
That is Will Santiago from Heber, actually. That was a that shot was from Heber.
You said they like to shoot it. Well done, Will.
Right.
41-39, the advantage for the Stars. As we've hit halftime here, brief halftime opportunity for the two teams to gather a breath, a Gatorade. Coach, tell us what it's been like it's a 3-minute halftime. You're one of the organizers of this tournament. Talk about how it's gone in your eyes and what you guys are trying to build here with the Utah Top 50 League.
I think I'm excited. We're excited about what we've seen the last 2 weeks. The games, the first week, all 3 games came down to a one-shot game at the end. Competitive, they're playing well together, and it's exactly what we wanted to see. We came on kind of late. There's some high schools that are playing in fall leagues right now that some of their players aren't here that should be here, but they're where they should be, I guess I should say. They're playing with their high school teams. If the team's playing, they should be doing that. But some of the top 50 kids aren't here. I think this is probably, certainly we don't have 1 through 50 here, but this is probably the tightest top number that you've seen in a league, or you see a lot of them come to town and they just open it up to everyone. This was invite only, and each of these kids were selected to be here. And again, there are a handful of kids that we would love to see next year. We want to work closer with high school coaches to let them take advantage of this. We polled a lot of coaches, and they were on board. They were excited because, again, some of these kids, when they do their open gyms, they need to do that. That's a big part of building a school program. But they also need to be playing at a high level to keep their instincts up. That helps going into the season. So 1 game a week is a great way to do that at this level, and we hope to see more of those kids here next year.
Well, I was going to, Coach, you talked about a lot of the top 50 kids, obviously not all of them, and there is no ranking of this kid was 13th and this kid was 21st. But I'll tell you, I saw you before tonight's game, put a few shots up. We'll call it the top 51.
Yeah.
Because you're right. You can still ball.
Yeah, that's right. I'm slow. I stopped playing. Someone asked me the other day if I still played, and I stopped playing when I couldn't do what I thought I used to be able to. Whether or not I could, I at least thought I could.
Some of us have never been able
Yeah.
to, But
I can still shoot though, and I'll outshoot my boys.
that's pretty good considering you got a boy on the hill right now.
Yeah, and hopefully he doesn't listen to this, but I'll tell everybody I can outshoot him, but I don't know that I can.
Oh, man.
That I really can.
Coach, in this kind of a thing, I mean, we talked a little bit about with the girls, but for the boys it's true as well. You've got college coaches coaching these two sides, assistants and members of the coaching staff here at Slick are helping to coach these two sides. As a coach in this sort of event, how do you coach a bench in this kind of a league?
It's tough, honestly, and what we've asked them to do, really, they're not running any plays. But because they know the game, they're able to make adjustments. I was just watching some of them over there talking about how to play defense a little bit better, your footwork, your stance, your hands, those type of things. So really, it's just giving them pointers as they play. The other thing is, we ask them to pay attention. If some kid's shooting it too much and not sharing the ball,
Take a
pull
moment.
them out and talk to them a little bit. And we haven't seen that in this league. There are kids here that could take over a game, and there's a time to take over a game, but we haven't seen that too much. Last week, in that I think you were there for that last game, and we'll see them a little bit later. But that Sam Svolich from Northridge took over a game at the end and brought them back, and they went in overtime and ended up winning it. But those things are there when you need to do it. But coaches we've just asked the coaches to kind of keep these guys loose and keep them playing together.
That was a 2-point shot. Shank and just left that short. Barnes.
Good pass.
Much better ball movement from the Spirit than what we saw early on.
Right, that's made a difference. It's brought them back in the game.
They've got themselves a lead here with a quick start in this second half. As Moyer going to try the three. The Copper Hills Grizzly able to hit all angles and knock down the tray.
If you'll notice, that obviously there's 3 3-point lines out there. It can be a little bit confusing. We've let them know that the closest one to the high school,
which is the hardest one to see.
Exactly.
Brown on brown. Like,
when we decided that, we knew that they would stand out there at the yellow line anyway.
Yeah.
Because they usually do in a game.
Well, and we saw this, we've seen girls' state tournaments here. We saw it with the boys last year where those lines, they're used to the outermost, and so you'll see it affect shooters where it doesn't, you can tell them we're playing the blue or we're playing the brown, but they're going to stand on the outer part of that, and we've seen that for years. But it's a good opportunity for them to learn and adjust to that, because wherever the state tournament is played, be it Weber, Utah here, you're going to have to deal with that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's interesting. We talked to, you look at the 3-point shooting percentages in a state game at one of the colleges, they usually go down.
Yeah.
Because kids are confused a little bit, and you're seeing it here, right? They're staying pretty far out.
Oh, nice
That's
play.
a great move by Luke.
Yeah, that was Moyer again. He's had a nice night tonight.
The Spirits have gone small, it looks like. Not the Spirits. The Stars.
Yeah, I've got a little cheat sheet over here that I've been using to try to keep the teams straight. It's
Is that helping?
It's been a bit of a chore. Extra pass there, picked off. Out on the run. Able to score it.
It was Jake Fitton.
Tough pull up there in the double team.
Hunter is great at that. You'll see him start to take control a little bit. Oh.
Well, he almost had the steal there. Barnes able to get it back.
Good pass.
Good find. Barnes too strong off the front of the rim.
Good pass.
Hunter the three. Just missed it. Couple misses here on both ends. Now a turnover. Leviso. Nice fake by Ivy.
Give him the rondo.
Nice little pass there to Moore in traffic. We'll put one up, back of the rim. Rebound gathered by the Spirits. Long three, that's short. Want to remind you, excited to have this Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com. Can also find it on YouTube, on the High School Rewind channel. Be available on both places for rewatch whenever you'd like. And we'll have the remainder of the boys tournament here every Monday night, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30 for games on both of those sites. Hunter bringing it up, playing through there.
I love that no call. That'll get called in a regular game and maybe shouldn't. So I love that no call.
And won't go, the follow will. And one of the interesting things, Coach, is we've got a time here for a sub, but we are running a shot clock here, which we'd love to see. And to, the happiness of everyone, we haven't had one shot clock violation because we're just up and down the floor.
Right. And you and I spoke earlier. The good news is, at least I think it's the good news, is we're voting again as a state. I'm a huge proponent of a shot clock in high school basketball, and hopeful that something will change. You and I may, I think you want it as well, but may not be as confident that something will be passed. But it changes the game. You don't see it so much in the pace of the game. Where you see it is at the end of a quarter, end of a half. Good shot by Nate. Good pass. Good Jake. But it changes the game. It helps the kids make better decisions. It helps them learn the game better.
Don't get me wrong. I want it.
Yes.
I want it badly. I'm just skeptical that we'll get it.
Yeah.
But in case you're wondering, the answer to that question is vote yes. That's the answer.
If anybody, please reach out to me if you want to talk about it, and I would love to try and persuade you differently if you feel like we don't need a shot clock. There's a way to make it happen. Shot, good pass.
Apologize for the scoreboard difficulty. We'll get that reset here. Sometimes we have just blips of connection, and that's what we are encountering. We'll get that back and going for you. 53-51, our score here.
Where's he going with that? That's actually great D by Jordy Barnes. He stunted at Kyle, and Kyle had to change his decision midair and didn't work.
I'll tell you, sometimes in these tournaments you don't see a lot of defense. I think we've had really good defense played tonight.
Right. That's right. Jordy Barnes, coast to coast. I love watching these point guards as I mentioned before. It's interesting. You see them kind of watch the court, and when guys aren't moving and getting to the right spots, or maybe the spots they should be, you'll see point guards shoot more than they typically do. But a good point guard likes to create. He uses his eyes, his shoulders, his feet to get defenders, not just his defender, but other players' defenders, to move so he can help guys get open. You'll see a couple more of those guys later tonight, but you've got some of the best point guards in the state playing in this, and some of the upcoming point guards like a Jordy Barnes. Jordy was a factor as a freshman last year at Olympus. You see him playing so much mature for his age, like so much further above his sophomore level.
Ace Reiser, another one of those youngsters.
Yeah, he'll be here later. You're exactly right. And even Hunter Hansen's over there on the bench. It looks like he might have tweaked an ankle or something and sitting out. But he's played point guard. He played that Fremont last year, and he's another one that just smart.
Good drive there, tough one. Couldn't get it to go, and out on the run. Here come the Stars. Oh, excuse me. I got bit. It was the Stars, yeah. No, it was not. It was the Spirits. I lost my cheat sheet momentarily.
That's right. Kyson got called for the foul. He was upset that the shot didn't go in the other end. I felt like that whistle blew before there was even contact. He was anticipating it.
That happens sometimes.
But that's coming from a coach who looks for things like that.
You know, if it were up in Heber right now or in Park City right now, I have a belief there'd be a coach that'd be off the seat,
well,
testing the vocal cord strength right now.
Well, I don't like to yell at refs. We have good discussions.
Yeah,
refs are people too.
They are. They're very reasonable people. I've come to find out.
That's right. Good shot. That's great. Jake's got a great shot.
Other end, how about that finish? Hunter showing his ability to take it strong to the rim.
Gotta keep this tight game.
Didn't know if we'd have that when it was a 16-point deficit.
Yeah. Good passes.
This is a 3, not off the mark. Those are two Dan Cosby kids playing side by side for the Spirit.
Yeah, Hunter.
Hunter again.
Dan does a great job out there at Kearns. He's been there for a while and just gets those kids playing. Good pass. Oh.
He's got a former Cougar right now who's going to be at Marquette this year.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun watch. Kirk Wath out there and Majock heading to San Jose State, going to be a Spartan. And that's been what's fun for us covering this state. You know, it's not just Kearns. I mean, Eli, your son, former Wasatch Ballers at the U right now, Rylan Jones, Stephen Ashworth, both at Utah State. Obviously, BYU is littered with a bunch of Utah kids, Hunter Erickson and Trevin Nell and others. It's awesome to see these kids be able to go to the next level and go play in premier matchups and games.
Yeah. Before I address, I need to give a shout out to Luke Moore. Just took it to his teammate Nate Sorensen, son with a little wink running down the court, but that was a great move. I'm
going to say that will be made note of in open gyms for the next couple of weeks.
But you're right. Those kids that are playing at the next level. There goes Abe from showing his range, but those kids are playing at the next level are the Utah top 50, right? These kids. We'll have some of these kids playing at that next level, and we'll be able to talk about it. But that's we have a lot of them from the state that are playing out there right now.
I mean, think about that. You could have had Rylan Jones against Stephen Ashworth in high school. How fun would that have been?
Exactly.
I think we all wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Right? Lone Peak versus Olympus in those years, and never got it. Could have had a little sliver, a little snippet of it here,
and hopefully that's what we're creating here.
Yeah. And so we just want to remind you, this is the first year of the top 50, and now they are accepting invitation requests for the girls' Utah Top 50. It's created for the top Utah high school players to access high-level competition against their peers before the season begins. Fine-tune your skills and get competitive playing time now. Request your invitation at www.utah top50.com. Girls games will be played the last 2 weeks of October and the first week of November here at Salt Lake Community College, and the teams will be coached by current college coaches. Request your invitation today at utah.top50.com. Nice cross over there, pull up, and that just won't go for Lee, but a nice move, and he'll head to the line.
That first step was a little too quick for Bryson. He gambled one side. JJ is quick. He's a hard guard.
Starting to see some players come in for the next game, the 7:30 tip. And that's the thing I love. We still have 7 minutes on the clock in regulation, and the next game starts in 18 minutes.
Yeah.
I love the speed and tempo of
That's right. We don't
how
have
this
to,
goes.
We don't have to sit around.
That was called on the floor before the shot.
Oh.
That picked off by Jordy Barnes. Shank hands that off. Gets it back. Here's Hunter.
Right there, Kyson in the corner there, a little short.
Nice
Travel.
trail, but a travel.
That's a good call. That's the other thing we've asked these coaches to do, just to get the guys running through there, right? Everybody's playing a lot, and no one's sitting very much.
I'll tell you, we've seen a couple players test the limits here. If you like the long ball, make sure you tune in at 7:30. We got cue ball. Quentin Meza of Cyprus. If there's wood on the floor, he's in range.
That's right.
He's got unbelievable distance. One of the best three-point shooters in the state. He will look to light it up at that 7:30 matchup as that three won't go. Nice save, but turned over.
Yeah, Q has got a very long ball. He's being chased by a little Diego Mulford out there, though. Diego he'll light you up when you least expect it.
It's got to be one of the shorter backcourts in the state, but one of the best three-point shooting backcourts in the state.
Yeah, I'd love to
combined.
see the numbers. You're exactly right.
It's unreal.
We'll get to see a little bit of that tonight. And I guarantee you they're going to be behind the yellow line.
I was going to say both those two are in this Utah Top 50 League. Is out on the run. Lee finish at the rim. 3-point lead here for the Spirits. And a timeout taken.
I want to give a shout out to Salt Lake Community College for letting us be here and be in their facilities. What an amazing facility. You can see the camera, the bleachers aren't up there. They've redone the bleachers this year, and that's what kept us from being in here the last couple weeks. But this is a pretty amazing floor, a pretty amazing facility, and we appreciate them letting us be here to do this.
It gives it a feel of legitimacy, right? And like something to aim for. This is not, no offense, I love our high school gyms in this state, but this is not playing in a high school gym. You're playing on a professional floor. This is, where the Utah Stars play.
That's
and
right.
Obviously slick, and gives you a chance at seeing the floor, the rim from a different angle than what you're accustomed to on a Wednesday or a Friday night over the winter months. And it's awesome. Awesome to have it here. Awesome to have their support and buy-in. And the coaching staff and the facility staff here have been great to help this be successful in its first year.
Yeah.
Inside of 5 minutes to go here. Santiago tried to kick it, turned it over. Here's Lee. Oh, looked like he wanted to throw down and then said, hey, I'll take the points instead. That's good maturity there.
That is good. I think he could have put it down. I've seen him put down a few. I've seen him windmill dunk in warm-ups before.
Windmill?
Yes. Surprised a few people.
I bet.
Good pass, Luke. Luke to Kyson. Teammate to teammate.
Here's Barnes. Got stuck, kicks it out. That three just rims out. Carly the rebound.
Oh.
Santiago. That three short. Oh, Lee Saw that baseline open. How about the recovery there?
Great D getting back. Hunter with the block. Looked like.
Here's Ivy. Sends it over. Lee from the corner. Back of the rim. Oh, how about the hands of Jordy? Jordy Barnes. A couple nice plays there to get it back and score it. Push the lead to 5.
This has been a turnaround.
That one won't go. Barnes able to track it down and has help. Jordy going the distance.
And when they settled in and started playing, moving the ball, and they got situated, they've stuck with it.
All of a sudden, huh?
Yeah.
It's been 2 completely different teams. That 3 won't go. And grabbed by the Spirits. 2.5. End to end won't go. Offensive board by Ivy, and we've got a whistle here is heard. Came down and
looks like an ankle.
see him up as he'll head to the bench, and the Spirits here will inbound. 2:20 to go. And one for Javon Lee.
Wow. 10-point lead like that. What do we say? They were down 14
I
at
think
least.
16. I think it was 32 to 16, if I recall correctly. Inside won't go. Offensive board, too strong. That knocked away. Good hands. The Spirit. Lee, the three.
JJ's not going to wait.
Jordy gets it back. How about the hustle? Jordy Barnes made 3 or 4 of those plays in the last minute.
That's the that's the IQ of a good point guard. They usually know how to sneak those rebounds, sneak those little steals. Got to make something happen quick.
Boy, Moore had that one knocked away. Here you go, Coach.
Oh,
Oh, how about Ivy? Nearly came up with it. Kick out. 3 for Moore. Won't go. 1 minute to go. Blocked by Hunter. In traffic. How about the scoop and score?
hey.
Been that kind of a second half. Off the thigh and goes right to his teammate.
When that chain, what was that? About halfway through the first half, when the Spirit started turning it around, and they've just controlled it since.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been an impressive recovery from the Spirit, leading here by 8. 15 on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock. And here's something we're not accustomed to saying. They'll have to shoot it
That's right.
or just take the violation.
Jordy will shoot it. There you go. Good news
It
is
hit the rim.
I think they'll call the game here. Good news is, even though it's an 8-point game, we just saw a really good game, right? I mean, it was close all the way through. Oh, we got fans. Got the next team storming the court.
Everyone's anxious. I think the shot clock buzzer threw everyone off.
Yeah,
They're like, is the
that's
game
right.
over?
That's right. Let's see if they can cut this to a 5-point game.
Hunter going to try just that. Coach, if there's a youngster out there watching this, says, I want to go play in that. How do they get here?
They need to get better. They need to get better. There are some kids, like we said, there are a few kids that could have been that could be here, but when they're younger, just play. I tell our kids at Wasatch all the time. I have a grandson that's 5 years old, and it bothers me that he can't dunk it yet, and he can't dribble the ball very well. And of course, they laugh at that, and I just say, look, he's been practicing for 5 years, 5 years to be able to do that, and he can't do it yet. It just takes time. So those youngsters that are wanting to play here, keep playing, get better. We'll see you. If you're a high school student right now, go to the top 50, utah.50.com, and send us a request, and we'll evaluate you. And obviously, we won't be doing this until next year again.
Yeah.
But we want to follow those kids. We'll be watching closely to see who's out there and put this together next year.
Well, a great comeback there from the Spirit. They come back and get the win 76-68 over the Utah Stars. And for the Spirit this year, they improved to 2-1 on the season. There will be a playoff the last week of the year. Chance for 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 5 versus 6. So the games do mean something. But today it's the Spirit with the win. Want to remind you, we've got another game coming up 6.5 minutes from now as the Memphis Sound and the Flint Tropics will prepare to tip off here from Salt Lake Community College. You're watching the Utah Top 50 only on KSLSports.com. Welcome in to Salt Lake Community College. Game 2 on the night in the Utah Top 50 Elite League as we have the Memphis Sound and the Flint Tropics. And the Tropic, well, they come out shining brightly. Is that a good analogy for Tropics? Dane Stewart, Eli Ballstead with you tonight. And an early dunk there for Carlson as we are off and running, man. 2-2 in the early going here, Eli.
Yeah, we got a layup from Jackson.
We've got some really good players that will have a chance to showcase tonight, and there's one of them. Nice three made there. As we are going to do our best with some of these names. It's good work in the paint there defensively by Carlson, able to block away Maho's shot, but everyone wearing number 50 tonight, so we're having to go kind of off of pictures and from a distance, and so we're going to ask your patience as we get all that sorted out. Nice take there, however, by Anderson as we've got a foul here. And look, this is about keeping the game going. So on shooting fouls, it'll be 1 for 2, 1 for 3. This was on the floor, so it'll be inbounded here for the Tropics. High pick there. Center of the corner, three on the way, and that good.
Jackson Workman from 3.
Young stud for the Murray Spartans and been starting there a couple years for his coach, Jason Workman. Got a good young core there, hoping to make a big run this upcoming season. How about the nice work there and the soft touch off the rim? I think that was Easton Ralphs out of Farmington. They're going to need him to have a big year this year. You think about they just graduated their starting center, and they got Colin Chandler coming back next year. So that's going to be a good team for the Farmington Phoenix. That drive kicked out, but picked off by Workman. Carlson running the floor. Coming near side, Carlson with a strong drive to the rim. Flint out of the gate here early, 10-6. In the paint, tough shot, won't go. And Flint comes running, Carlson, nice pass. 12-6 the score now. Mulford can't get that shot to go. Offensive rebound by Maho, sends it out. Mulford the three. That skips across the front of the rim. The rebound gathered there by Dowdell. Dowdell up ahead. And one. Count the bucket good for Logan Prince. And the and one makes it 15-6. Here for Flint. Man, what a start. That ball, the entry, deflected. A foul here. Actually, here's Logan Prince. Carlson got his man in the air, extra pass, three on the way, rims out. Maho in the paint again, working on Carlson. Anderson trying to body him up, goes off the glass. First bucket for the Sounds in a while. Little turnaround, soft touch by Dowdell. Mulford gets it back, working around the horn here. Good defense there by Carlson. Didn't allow that roll. Anderson's shot won't go, and the rebound gathered. Oh, Prince. Tough finish, couldn't get it to go, and Mulford comes away with it here for the Sounds. Everything's in range for Diego. Three-point try, good for Mulford. Much needed tray there for the Sounds to get back to 2 possessions. Eli, that's your kind of shot, right?
That is. I love it. I love it. And Diego's a shooter.
He is a shooter. We've got 2 of the really premier shooters in this contest. We've seen Diego, and then you got Q Meza, both for the Cypress Pirates. And we have yet to see Q in the contest today, but he's got the same range as Diego. Chance for them to go head-to-head.
Yeah.
Carlson. Good ball movement here. Corner 3, short. Speaking of, cue ball ready to come in. And the next whistle is Mulford here looking for some room. Anderson will send it out. Mulford had it knocked away from behind. Dowdell leading the charge. To Prince, off the glass.
It's another fast break point for Black. They've had quite a few so far.
I was going to say, they've been running the floor,
Yeah.
been aggressive.
They're capitalizing off of those turnovers and missed shots.
Prince, a 2-year starter at West Jordan. Crazy to think he's a senior. He's inside, good strong take. Logan for 3. (22-13). The Tropics out in front. Mulford attacking, kicks it out. Here's Civilich. That's a young man that can get it going as he gathers the loose ball. Another nice strong take in the paint there. We saw a big comeback in the first game. An opportunity for a comeback in the second game. Mulford, the 3 was short. Engelbright foot was out of bounds, and they'll turn it over. So here he is, Q. Meza checking into the contest here. 12 minutes to go in our first half. Here's Carlson. Q, the 3. Just misses. Loose ball foul. Eli, your early thoughts of the contest today?
It's looking good. This is the first time playing in the main gym, and so I like seeing it a little more spread out. Playing with the college 3, you get guys that spread out a little bit more. It gives them more space to attack and do different things than they would otherwise playing on a high school 3.
I'm going to ask you a couple questions, given your experience. You played high school ball in the state, played college ball now at the U. One of the things that we've talked about is shooters come to larger gyms like this, like the U, for state tournaments. How different is that for a shooter to walk in and you don't have a wall right behind that backboard?
Yeah.
Is it different?
It does. It makes a difference, but it's something that as a shooter you just got to trust the shot and the work that you've put in, and shoot the same shot. And usually after a good warm up or shooting a couple shots, you'll be fine. But it can mess with you.
Some of us could never even hit it in a closed gym, let alone an open gym. As Civilich had that one rimmed out on him. Meza pushing it up the floor here. Kicks it out, 3 on the way and good. Apologies here on the scoreboard. We'll get that reset for you as soon as we can. Sent out. Here's Anderson. Trying to drive on Meza. Oh, Anderson just left that off the front of the rim and a foul here.
I love seeing the shot clock as well. I think it
Agreed.
picks up the pace of the game.
That's another question I was going to have for you in a little bit. We can talk about that now. You going from high school ball to college ball, was there an adjustment of having that shot clock now where you've got to execute more timely?
For sure, there's a huge difference, especially in timely situations. We see now that they haven't even gotten close to getting all the way down on the shot clock. But once it's a close game and you're trying to, whatever the situation, you're gonna have to use that shot clock to your advantage. And so we'll see the end of the half and the end of the game. We'll see. I think we'll see that come into play today.
When you think of your adjustment from high school to college, I mean, this is kind of a silly question, but just humor me. How difficult was it for you to transition to having to play within a shot clock?
I don't think there was much of a difficulty. I've always grown up liking a fast-paced game and trying to push it as much as I can, and my coaches always allowed us to do that. And even in college, the coaches that I played for have tried to push the ball. And so coming from high school, there wasn't much of a difference, but it's kind of a technique thing that you just have to get used to.
Well, I think the whole state is hopeful that we'll have changes in that area in the rules soon. Meza will kick it out. 3 on the way, and that was too strong. The lob. Oh, defended well and done so without fouling. That one in the air, loose ball, picked up by Sivelich. The Northridge Knight into the paint. Oh, just wouldn't go. Sivelich is a young man who last year was constantly 20, 25, 30-plus points a game. And I don't know if he scored yet today. It's been a bit of a tough night for him. Couple of looks, and that one not easy, but just rimmed out on him, and another one that rims out for Sam. He can catch fire, though. I mean, it doesn't take much for him to find that rhythm. Meza off the glass.
Good finish.
29-17, the advantage for the Tropics, and a timeout gonna be taken here. We want to let you know, hey, the first year of the Utah Top 50, and excited to be able to partner with them to bring you these live streams. And the Utah Top 50 is now available for high school girls basketball. The Utah Top 50 League was created for the top Utah high school players to access high-level competition against their peers before the season begins. High school open gyms aren't enough competition for the top players, but in the Top 50 League, you'll play against the best, fine-tune your skills, and get competitive playing time before the season starts. Request your invitation at utah top50.com today. Girls games will be played the last 2 weeks of October and the first week of November. They'll be played right here at Salt Lake Community College, and your teams will be coached by current college coaches. If you're a top high school girls basketball player, request your invite at utah top50.com. Eli, I was out here last week. You were here as well. When you think about, your high school career, your progress into college, how great would it have been for you to be able to come and play in an event like this?
Man, this is something that I've been thinking about since it started, how much I wish that I could have competed in something like this. I think the game today has transformed into a lot of trainings individually, or maybe a group training where it's a lot of skill work. But seeing guys being able to get out on the floor and just compete and use what they're learning in those trainings and experiment in a setting like this is huge. I think it's so important for kids that's in their improvement. If they're not using it in a game, then there's no point in working on it. And so this is an opportunity for them to grow and increase their game. So definitely something I wish I could have had going through high school.
That's a good closeout by Sivelich, but a really nice touch there by Meza. He's another young man he's just a flat-out scorer. He finds his rhythm. Look out. Sivelich, the step-back three, long three off the front of the rim. Meza on the break.
Tropics continue to run and push it up the floor for those easy buckets.
Anderson lost his defender, able to go off the glass. Six minutes to go here in the opening half. Dane Stewart, Eli Ballstead with you. Eli, a Wasatch Wasp at his core, now a running Ute with Coach Smith. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. What has that adjustment been like? First year for Coach Smith, and your guys' practice now officially almost a week underway, right?
Yeah, a week is tomorrow.
What has that transition been like? What has Coach Smith brought to that program in his first year?
It's been great so far, and I can't wait for what's ahead. It was something that was it was scary at first, knowing that your coach was released and you don't know what's going to happen. But I think having Coach Smith come in has been a great thing for the Utah program. Practices have been intense and fun, and a lot of competition, and we're really, really excited for the season to get going.
How about that take by Civilich? Contact there, able to absorb it off the glass.
Strong move.
That's a great play by Sam Civilich of the Knights, the Northridge Knights. Clarify that, as multiple Knights is a foul here and an opportunity to go to the line. Coach Smith, his sons are playing in this Utah Top 50. We'll have a chance to see them as I think we mentioned earlier in this game, 1 for 2, 1 for 3 at the line, so 38-22 the advantage. And man, if you're the Sounds, given the way this first half has gone, Eli, what are you looking for here?
I think a big thing is taking care of the ball. They've had a few careless turnovers, and as we see as Diego gets to the hoop, they need to finish a couple more inside baskets.
Boy, breezing right through, and strong take as no one home there in the paint defensively. 18-point lead here for the Tropics. That ball, another turnover.
Credit to the Tropics defense, though. They look aggressive and they're getting after it.
Sound coming the other way. Nice finish, strong off the glass there. Is that maybe Dowdy? I think. Long three, count it good. Tough shot for Civilich. Front of the rim, offensive board by Maho, going back up. Gets that over the front of that rim. That one deflected out. It's actually 43-26, our scoreboard here. Try to refresh that for you. Long three on the way. Workman able to dial another one up.
That's a good shot, and he's got the range.
It is 46-26. We'll work on that sound for you. Workman with a couple of big threes, and the Murray Spartan having a nice game here. We got one more coming up for you at 8 o'clock, or 8:30. My apologies. Pass there, lofted, turnover. Carlson was trailing. I was gonna say, that's probably something you've seen a couple times playing with his brother up on the hill, right? Is Brandon Carlson, a little inside, outside, very versatile kind of player.
Very versatile. He can shoot it, he can drive, he can rebound. He does a great job for us.
Workman couldn't keep his feet in. Good idea there, but that pass from Dowdell sent him a little long. We haven't had a chance to talk about Dutch yet. Just another Olympus shooter, and he's got, looks to me like he's got a little more length than some of the other Dowdells that we've seen come through the state. Jeremy, and that'll be a good one for Coach Barnes. Good help on that drive, but a foul here. We've got free throws coming up. Dowdell sends one to the corner, 3 on the way, back of the rim. Couldn't be kept alive by Carlson. Maho has that one. Contact, we'll stay here. Mulford. I think has the 1-3 today, has not been able to get his long ball going. And we talk about he versus Meza. We need a little more showdown between them, Eli, don't you think?
Let's do it.
Sivelich will try the 3. Carlson, end to end, drawing the contact. And
free throw good for Carlson.
Yeah, 2 more for Devin. Mulford gives it to Sam. Sivelich, how about that creativity? And just ran out of real estate there a little bit. Dowdell up the floor, gives it to Q, back to Dutch.
Good shot.
It's almost not fair when you have Meza and Dowdell on the same team, right?
It's tough to guard 2 great shooters like that.
Here's Meza. We'll kick it out. Sure, why not? Just another 3. One second left. This did get off in time, but couldn't go. And a halftime score, it has been all Tropics, 54-28, as Flint 2-0 and comfortably leading here at the break. We just want to remind you, the Utah Top 50, you can find every Monday night right here on KSLSports.com. Some of the top 50 players in the state, not all the top 50, but many of them here, and a chance for them to go against top talent, as we'll have games 6:30, 7:30, 8:30 every Monday in October live from Salt Lake Community College. The only way you can see it, look, doors are locked. The only way you can see it is right here on KSLSports.com. Eli Ballstead here with us tonight, joining us for this game. And Eli, what have been your thoughts of this first half?
Again, the Flint Tropics have been playing really good defense, and we're seeing that more on the offensive end. But they're causing Memphis to take some turnovers, and then they're going on offense and making their shots, knocking them down. But again, I think they're getting in the passing lanes, they're getting aggressive on the ball, and it's hurting Memphis.
If you are a coach, we're going to put on your coaching hat. Have you ever been a coach?
only in the summer camps.
Okay. Well, when your day's done, you do have a Papa Bear who he should hire you on his staff. We're just putting that plug in right now. But anyway, if you were a coach, what would you try to coach up the Sounds here to do differently?
I would start on the defensive end. And part of that starts with taking care of the ball. It's hard to play defense with turnovers and not being able to get back. But I would have them, I think they need to focus on getting back and getting stops, being aggressive. And the Tropics are moving the ball really well, but they got to get in the passing lanes. They got to cause some disruptions if they're going to want to have any success in the second half.
How hard is it to free up shooters in something like this? I mean, you don't see a lot of scripted plays out there, right? There's a lot of just freedom of play, freedom of movement. How do you free up a guy like a Mulford or a Civilich to get a more open look?
Part of that is just in their feeling for the game. I mean, you see these guys getting open shots is because they know how to move off the ball. They're getting to spots where their teammates can find them, where they can see them, and they'll get them. But if they're stagnant, it's going to be hard for them to get any shots up.
54-28, and we've seen big comebacks. Saw them last week, saw them in our first game tonight. There's a lot of work ahead here for the Memphis Sound, as it's been a half that's been dominated. Carlson was trying to throw down exhibition style, as we've got about 15 seconds left here in the half. Do have one more game coming up for you tonight, the Virginia Squires and the Minnesota Muskies. Minnesota also undefeated on the year. Virginia 1-1. That should be a good battle. How hard is it as a player, Eli, when you trail in a game like this, to not settle for 3 after 3 after 3, to be patient enough to chip away?
Yeah, it's tough, but if you're getting to the rim, then I think that's the right play, and you just got to trust it.
Have our clock set, 20 minutes on the board. Here's Mulford. Pull up there from 10, won't go, off the front of the rim. Prince with the board. Q up ahead quickly. Sends it back out. Prince the 3. Not off the mark. Oh, nice little head fake there, but couldn't keep possession. Mulford able to get by Meza as they were both going after the loose ball. Now Q leading the break. The lob for Carlson. Nope, that was Prince. Three on the way, that won't go. It's been a lid on that rim tonight, huh?
Yeah, especially for Wyatt.
Yeah, been a couple good looks. Oh, pretty behind the back. Now Meza. Oh, I thought he was going to try to put an exclamation point on that one. Hey.
Good finish.
There you go. Off balance. One hand kind of reverse off the glass, falling underneath. Anderson the 3. Good hustle there to get an offensive board. Ralph's shot won't go. Tropics running again to Prince.
This is a great opportunity for guys on Wyatt to use this as a chance to come back. I mean, the coaches don't do a whole lot, and so it's up to the players if they really want to work and get the win. Then this is an opportunity for them to try new things, see what they can do to come back.
I saw the late grab there by Meza. Will make him earn it at the line as Jackson Anderson, upcoming senior at Wasatch, will head here to take the free throw. Three on the way, that won't go. Offensive board by Carlson, short. Here's Mulford. Boy, good entry. That looked like Prince had good positioning, but a soft finish off the glass. Offensive foul. Illegal screen there, they call. Good battle here in the blocks. You can hear the foul, count it, the and one. 60-33 here for the Tropics. Carlson sends it out. That three off the mark. And a quick run out. Nice little burst here by the Sound.
Yep, they got to keep it going. Hopefully they get a stop here.
Q using that screen, couldn't get it to go, but a nice follow by Prince. You know, I loved watching Logan Prince this last year, even 2 years ago. He's got such a nice mid-range game and an aspect that you don't see a lot anymore, but showing he can do inside, outside as well, and now a foul inside on Carlson. Well, the work by Engelbright. He's been tenacious the last couple possessions.
That's right. He does a good job in the post. He's got some nice footwork, and he finishes well.
Dowdell. Lost it. Carlson taking advantage. Right through the paint for Devin Carlson. Engelbright and one. You know, Eli, you made this point earlier about if players want to come back, you know, this is a chance for them to really kind of show that. Not,
yeah.
You know, this sort of thing, you don't have a lot of coaches to really inspire, motivate. Engelbright's responded well in the second half.
He has, and that's something that's awesome to see in these players. Even though they're down 27 right now, they're not going to give up. They're going to keep pushing.
Dowdell hit the three. Inside to Carlson. That one wouldn't connect. Workman will try from range. Won't go. Tip in does from Prince.
Black's doing a good job of getting those offensive boards this half.
Logan Prince has been a monster. Here's Maho. Trying to go on Carlson, who gets the block. Step back corner three from Sivilich. Rims out. Dowdell. Nope, that was not. Yeah, it was. Good defense there by Maho, standing his ground. Six on the shot clock. Oh, it feels good to say that. 2 on the shot clock. Tough drive. The putback won't go. Ralphs. Tough fadeaway for Easton Ralphs. Dowdell, head on a swivel there. And we've got to travel. Eli, what's been the biggest difference high school to college?
The biggest difference for me, I think, is the physicality of the game. Playing against guys that are stronger and faster, more athletic, and that really know how to use their strength and their bodies is a big part of the game. And so being able to adapt to that, playing stronger, getting stronger, is a huge deal. And it's an adjustment for sure.
Workman will try the three. pair of misses, one by Dowdell, one by Workman, and Civilich now leading the charge. Civilich to the rack and count it good for Sam Civilich. Timeout.
Good, another spark for White.
And that's the thing where it's like they've got the guys who, once they get that feel, look out, because it's just an avalanche. Civilich, one of them, Mulford as well. You wonder if that take by Sam can help to spark them.
Yeah.
We will take a moment here just to remind you the Utah Top 50 is now available for high school girls basketball players. You know, open gyms, they're great. It's great to build a program, but if your top competition, sometimes they don't do quite enough to help refine your skills. Fine-tune your skills and get competitive playing time before this season starts. Request your invitation at UtahTop50.com. Games will be played the last 2 weeks of October and the first week of November, right here at Salt Lake Community College, and teams will be coached by current college coaches. If you're a top high school girls basketball player, request your Top 50 invite at UtahTop50.com. Approaching the midway point here in this second half. Civilich here able to pick up after Maho had good perimeter defense. Civilich the step back three, there it is. First tray for Civilich tonight. Dowdell to answer. Won't go, Maho the board. Nice take, count it. Good little spur here by the Sound, Eli.
Yeah, hopefully they can keep it going.
It's a 30-point game. It's down to 17. Drive there.
Good take from Pulsifer, good strong finish.
Sometimes just that recognition, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Civilich again. Boy, that didn't miss by much. Maho working in the block, going up strong. Oh! Mulford gathers. Civilich made a nice cut, had it knocked away. Maho again in the block. Sends it out. Ralph's three. There's a shot clock about to expire there again. Turn it over.
You can see a difference in intensity these last couple minutes on both sides of the floor. And that's something we love to see.
Carlson was trying to roll and did a good job of mucking that up. Another turnover here from the Tropics. Eli, they had, what, 52 or 61 at the break? I'm trying to remember. It was a lot.
The last time I looked up, it was a 30-point game. It was the biggest difference I saw. And now it's down to 17.
Yeah. The Sound just continuing to kind of chip away. Will there be enough time? There's a good take there by Dowdell. Here's Civilich. Corner three. Won't go. Anderson there to gather.
Man.
There have been a couple bunnies, at least 6, that just haven't gone for the Sound tonight.
Yeah. And that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
That's a difference of 12 points.
That just beyond the outstretched reach. Anderson able to deflect it. And now a foul.
White's been able to get some stops, and that's really helped them in chipping away at this lead.
Here's Civilich. Comes near side. 3 on the way. Count it good. that's Dowdy from Weber. Workman to answer, short. Mulford trying to keep it in. That ball does stay in, and then wisely played by Workman out off of the sound. It's a smart player. Prince looking far side. That ball couldn't be kept. Sound out on the run. Engelbright kicks it out. Sivlich now gives it back. Foul there. There's been an extra pep in the step of the sound as well, Eli.
For sure.
Maho, they've gone to him a lot in the block, and two more for Julian Maho, the senior Tooele Buffalo. Mesa, great use of that roll from Carlson, but too strong. Sivlich now looking up for Engelbright. Boy, I thought that might have had too much on it. Good track down there by Tucker. Down to 12, Eli. Here they come.
There you go. Man, in a game like this, it's awesome to see that these guys haven't given up. I think in a lot of pickup games, if you're down by anything that's more than 10, it's pretty easy to start.
You mail it in, right?
Yeah, exactly. So to see him come back from 30 points is a huge deal.
Boy, I thought that Workman might have gotten back in. The far side official was top. He's going to check with the baseline, and they're going to keep it. Yeah.
It looks like he was in.
I thought it was too. I thought those heels were off the ground. I think that's a good call. .525 left here in regulation. Tropics trying to prevent a late comeback. Prince from the corner won't go. And it will be Sounds basketball. Mulford gonna come back on here. Gotta be aware of his perimeter game. It's just 4 Diego Mulford shots away from being tied. Ralph's strong take there. And boy, how about that block? Prince sends it out. 3 on the way and hit. Anderson. Carlson collapsing down. Will send to Sivlich from the corner. He knew that was short the moment he shot it. And a foul here on the loose ball. Four minutes to go. The Sounds looking for that first win of the year. Dropped an overtime game last week. Trying to put on an impressive comeback as Sivlich here the last to touch it.
Still a lot of time left in this game for the Sounds to come back.
Mesa fouled on the shot there. Q will head to the line. Too strong. Ralph's with the rebound. 3 to play. Sivlich, step back 3. Dowdell with the board. See a little pressure here by the Sounds. Nice grab there by Mesa. He could play receiver with those hands. Offensive foul. Jackson Anderson stood in there and took one.
Yeah, that's a that's a strong defensive play.
Anderson. Mesa was trying to draw one. No call coming. Up ahead. And Prince at the rim for 2. Prince to the floor. Engelbright there as well. And we'll get whistles here. It will be Tropics basketball. 1:53 to go. Dowdell. It's a family move. We've seen that before in that lineage. The ball deflected out. Good hands there by Dutch. Engelbright over Carlson. (80-66) was a 30-point advantage for the Tropics. The Sounds have gotten as close as 12. And that dribbled off the foot.
That's what the Sounds need at a time like this. Stop and score, Dane.
You want the 3, right?
Just the quickest bucket you could get, I think.
All right. Rouse will try the 3. A foul here on the loose ball. Inside of a minute to go. Dowdell. 10 on the shot clock. Gets it back. Dowdell will take the 3. Won't go. Workman with the offensive board. Dowdell now for 3. Dutch able to hit it. (83-66). And that turned over. Shot clock off. And that will do it. It was a big lead for the Tropics. The Sounds try to come back and make a game of it. But Flint able to hold them off, and an exclamation point there by Carlson. Your final 85-66. The Tropics with a nice win, improving to 3-0, Eli.
There you go.
Man, it was a blistering start for them. Impressive night. We've got one more game coming up for you tonight. Virginia Squires and the Minnesota Muskies. That's set to tip off at 8:30. 2 games in the books, one more to come. Here from Salt Lake Community College, you're watching the Utah Top 50 Elite League. Welcome into Salt Lake Community College, the Utah Top 50 Elite League. Coming to you live is Dane Stewart, Eli Ballstead here to bring you our final game of the night, the Virginia Squires and the Minnesota Muskies. And it is the Squires in the white unis. That's Javon Lee hitting the opening bucket. Virginia coming in 1-1. Minnesota 2-0 on the season. That ball loose and gathered by Chudy Anosike. Murray Spartan sent it up the floor here quickly. Long shot. That won't go. And put back in for the Squires, who lead 4-0. Turn around there off the front of the rim. That ball gathered by Taufahema. West Jordan Jaguar with a nice outlet. Count it good. Good take there, of course, in the in our league here. It is 1 for 2, 1 for 3, and all and ones count. 2 20-minute halves and great tempo. We've had it all night. His lead with the board there. Javon pushing it, looks over. That first won't go. And Osike Chudy with the putback.
A lot of fast breaks to start and a lot of offensive rebounds so far.
Is that Taufahema?
Yep, with the little reverse.
Shot there won't go. Our scoreboard is being a little temperamental tonight, so we're going to ask for your patience there as we work through that. It's late for the intern. Usually his college classes are done by now. Taufahema will keep it, send it out. Good drive here, and a nice take there by Brady Smith, the Green Canyon Wolf, with his first bucket. You've probably gotten to know Brady a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. More so Carson. Carson's been around a little bit more, but both really good kids.
Good ball players as well as that ball finds its way through. Last touch by the Squires. It'll stay here. Brady, the shot off the inbound won't go. Ahead to Chudy. Too strong off the glass and a foul here will send Chudy to the line. So an opportunity for Chudy here. We've got a special guest commentator who will join us here in a couple minutes as well. Excited to be able to, we're going to keep that hidden just for a little bit. That's what we like to call a tease in the business. As that bucket good, the lead now 9-6. And again, our apologies here because technology struggling here in 21. That ball thrown out of play. 6:15 to go here, opening half. A running clock in the top 50. Smith will inbound here for the Muskies. Nice screen there. Here's Brady. Sends it out. Smith getting it back. The son of Coach Craig Smith, able to go off the glass and score 2 more.
He gets inside and he finishes it well. He's had some really good finishes the past couple weeks.
He's been a solid player for the Wolves up in Green Canyon. His senior year coming up for the Wolves this year. You mentioned his brother Carson. Going to be at Bountiful under Coach Maxwell. Splitting time, splitting region. Nice pull up there from the elbow. Count it good. we'll take a moment here. 13-6, the advantage for the Muskies, and we'll introduce Coach Amico of Westminster.
How we doing?
Coach, I'm doing great. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. You know, I really thought an event like this, I'll come out, I'll finally be at a game where you're not here. It is unbelievable what you do for high school sports in Utah. It really is. I mean, you guys are at every event, every game. It's unbelievable, and I love watching you guys and following your top 10s and everything on social media, and again, what you bring to be here at this top 50 thing, and what a great thing this is Coach Alfrey's putting on, where it's not just open gym and just kind of junk ball. You're getting to play against somebody really good every Monday night, and coming out and getting some good ball in, and obviously some guys for us to come out and watch here locally. So I can't mention any names NCAA-wise, but definitely some talent in this gym that we're recruiting. So look, it's fun to be out here.
You can say it. I know you're recruiting me to be your next commentator.
100. If we could afford you, if we could afford you, I'm game. I'll have Coach Parrish make the call right now.
There is great talent here, and it's been one of the things that's been so fun. I was here last week and coming here tonight, and our ability to start streaming it, we're super thrilled to do so. But when you look at some of the youngsters out here, some of the seniors, and a great opportunity for them, as you mentioned, to go against top-end talent and not just be an individual showcase, but go and actually play team ball and move the ball and, you know, move in the open floor. And there's a young man there that Reiser Tafahema, great find.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not, you know, one of those things where you pay a bunch of money and then just go and not play defense, sit back, watch the guys go one-on-one and shoot terrible shots over and over. It's been good basketball, and some great coaches here helping out, coaching all these games. And like I said, this idea that Coach Alfrey had is just another thing that he's kind of put together, you know, before its time. And this is something that I think other states will pick up on down the line. But again, Coach Alfrey's always been kind of ahead of his time and getting this thing going. And there's some great kids out there to watch.
I mean, how could you not, right? And I said that it was Reiser. My apologies. That was Matani Hinckley, the junior out of Brighton, that had that nice assist. 15-6. It's been Muskies here early. Coach, you know, one of the advantages of this top 50 tournament, we've got slick coaches here that are coaching each side of these respective teams here tonight. In this kind of event, how difficult is it to coach? Give us inside the mind of a coach at this sort of ordeal as Hinckley scores.
Yeah, these are the fun events, though, where you're telling guys just to run the floor and move the ball. And this is where you really find out who can play, who can read, you know, the screen's there, who's going to read off the ball. Defensively, it's really, you can pick guys out pretty quick who understand the game. You know, Brady, obviously a coach's son, he really understands this game. You can tell when he goes in for finishes, defensively, how he's off the ball and help where he's supposed to be. But these two young coaches from Salt Lake Community College, they have a fun night because they get, you know, some bragging rights on the line too all week at practice. You know, hey, I went 3-0 on you. So it's a lot of fun for them to kind of get to be a head coach too. I mean, what great experience to put that down on their resume. They got to be a head coach in this top 50 league.
Well, we've seen teammates go head-to-head in this event, and we've got brothers, not teammates, brothers on the floor here for the Minnesota Muskies. Not anymore, as Brady Smith has head to the bench here. Or no, he's got the ball right now. I was looking on the wrong side. So brothers are on the floor, Brady on and Carson on here as well. As this is Lind with it. Working a drive on Dupay.
Way to stay down.
Dupay, man, he's one of those guys that he can be really versatile, really disciplined player. Saw him a couple times with Bingham last year and didn't get a lot of pub, a lot of talk, but man, he's a solid player. His other end, that shot good.
And a great job by the white team getting it up the floor. Shot fake, got his man in the air, got by him for the quick bucket.
Here's Hinckley, Brighton Bengal. Tough take there, good defense there by Dupay, but the follow is good for Carson Smith.
No smash down there on that. They went over and drew the help. Shot went up. No one was there to help out on the rebound. Got the offensive rebound putback.
That shot a little short here. Approaching the midway point in this first half. 2 20-minute halves here. Tough shot, and Lee got caught with his hand coming down. Opportunity to go to the line here for Lind.
And again, with the way this top 50 camp works, they're not going to spend a ton of time at the line. It's 1 for 2. Let's get going and get to playing ball, the important things.
I'm not going to lie. If high school ball was like this, I'd be at a game every night. I mean, right now.
You are at a game every night.
It's only 3 nights a week, right? But then my family would really wonder where I am.
Yeah.
Shot clock and some of the stuff they got going here, by all means, sign me up. Here's Leah across the timeline. Leah, tough drive. How about the defense there of Carson Smith? Great job. Tough baseline drive, the foul there on Chudy.
I hope we get a Green Canyon Bountiful game this year. How fun would that be? Is there really?
Is one.
That's awesome. I want to see if Coach Smith is able to bust out one of those jerseys.
The half and
green.
half, right?
Yes. Yes.
You got to do it. I mean, no pressure, Coach, but you
Right.
got to do it. Yeah, in fact, I want to say it's at Green Canyon.
Okay. Be a little tougher for Coach probably to make it up there for that one. but
Yeah.
Hopefully he's able to. Hopefully it works out with his schedule.
Right. As long as that game's played on like a Monday night, I'm sure it'd be fine, right?
Yep.
23-12.
So, Coach, I would love to ask you, as you're watching this and you're watching these guys, what are some of the keys you're looking for in players?
Yeah, really just how hard do you play? I like to remind our guys all the time because, as coaches, we're still wearing our masks over there, and it's, this game can get taken from you so easily. We remember just a year and a half ago that it was taken from all of us. And I understand COVID's a way, bigger thing than just basketball, but in our little neck of the world, it means everything. So who's out there playing like this is their last play? And then the little things, right? I mentioned Brady earlier. Just love the way when he's coming off a ball screen, you could tell he's a coach's son because he's reading the tag guy, he's reading the help. He does a really good job with that. And then defensively, are you in a gap? Are you down in a stance? As Brady goes to work again, are you down in a stance? Are you talking? I mean, because the defensive side, I feel, especially at the high school level, is probably the thing that gets not lacked the most, but it's like, it's okay if we get scored on, especially with the AAU mentality, right? Like, if you get scored on, we have another game later, it doesn't matter. But those guys that just hate to get scored on, we love those type of guys. That's a Coach Parrish guy up at Westminster for sure.
That's great. And from what I've seen in these past weeks that I've watched, these games, these are high competitive games. In a pickup situation, it's pretty easy to take it easy on defense and just run it or take it slow, but these guys are getting after it. They're pushing the ball, they're getting back, they're getting scrappy, and it's making everybody better.
Absolutely. This is not, pickup or open gym basketball where you have a varsity kid going against a sophomore who might not even make the sophomore team, right? This is so good for these guys, and I mean, again, I just think it's an unbelievable opportunity for the kids that are here. And my kids are little, but hopefully when my 10-year-old's in high school, they still have this going on because what a great experience right before your high school season to play top-level talent every Monday night.
Taufahema with a nice take inside there through the contact will be an and one for Asafe, the West Jordan Jaguar. There defensively, but a nice take there by Chudy. Young man has been a multiple-year starter under Coach Workman at Murray High School. Hinckley was trying to cut, and that pass a little late. Chudy now leading the break here for the Squires. That ball deflected out.
I like that too. Not a lot of fouls. You got to play through contact.
They've let them. I mean, there have been moments tonight where it's like, oh, in a high school game, that's a foul.
Yeah.
Right? And tonight it's like, no, it's not about the officials. It's about playing. Flow,
Exactly.
Let's go. It's been fantastic. That shot just wouldn't go. And it will head over with the Muskies here. 6:30 to go in our first half. The Muskies with a 17-point lead. And don't turn it off. We've seen leads evaporate tonight. That shot from Hinckley going to be short. Gathered. Another three on the way. That one good.
So, Dane, you've been able to see a lot of high school basketball and a lot of these guys play in recent years. What are some things that you're most excited about watching them now?
You know, the thing for me is I am a firm believer, and I love it. They've got the sign over at the scorer's table. You see it briefly as we scan back and forth, but the hashtag they're using is iron sharpens iron, and I'm a big believer in that. And I'll tell you, years of high school basketball, there are programs and coaches who care about wins, and there are programs and coaches who care about developing talent and making their team better. And it's not uncommon to see teams go out there and have a 500 non-region schedule, and then in region play they're really tough. I mean, I think about a Springville team that defeated the Olympus Titans for a state championship.
Yeah,
and
my year.
They went to Wasatch Academy. Sorry, that was a couple years later. They went to Wasatch Academy, so they went and played a top 10 team in the country on the road in Mount Pleasant. Actually, were in that game, barely lost that game. And then they go on and they end up winning state championship. And it's one where it's like, look, if you don't go play the top talent, then you never really know what it takes to get there. And I'm a big believer in that. So the thing I love about this is the opportunity for kids to go play other top talent and to really get better rather than going and winning a game by 30 points where a kid plays 12 minutes and then sits the rest of the half.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about it.
That's awesome. That's a great point.
39-18 Muskies. Chudy with the drive here. Lost that going up. Taufahema end to end, and a foul here given there by Wonder. We've got a timeout here. We'll take a moment, let you know as we're going to stay here, but there's exciting news. Look, this tournament has been so well received, and Coach Amico talked about how much he's enjoyed being able to watch this, but we've got great news. If you're a girls basketball player, the Utah Top 50 is now available for high school girls basketball. High school open gyms are great, but it's not quite enough competition for your top players. In the Top 50 League, you're going to play against the best. Fine-tune your skills and get competitive playing time before the season starts. Request your invitation at utah top50.com. Today, girls games will be played the last 2 weeks of October and the first week of November right here at Salt Lake Community College, and teams will be coached by current college coaches. If you're a top high school girls basketball player, you don't want to miss out. Request your Top 50 invite at utah top50.com. You've heard from a coach. Eli, we talked about in game number 2. What would this kind of experience meant for you as a high school player?
Yeah, it would have been huge in my development. We talked about how the game has transitioned into mostly training in individual settings where you're doing things, you're going through cone drills and everything, but being able to just step on a floor and actually play and experience a real defender going against you and trying to read that is huge. And so in my development, I would have loved to have been able to come every week, compete against the best players in the state, and experiment on those things that I was training for outside of practice. I would have loved to have this.
Taufahema missed the free throw. Lee going to try the three. That just won't go. The tip-in somehow goes in. Dupay may have been the closest player there. Up the other way, and the throwdown coming. Is that dent for Wasatch?
Yep. I haven't been able to watch a lot of these guys, but Reese is someone that I've seen grow in the past few years. And just seeing him get up there and get that dunk is awesome as he's getting his legs under him, and that's something that he wasn't able to do the past couple of years.
How about the end-to-end here? I mean, we're just going up and down the floor right now. Calories getting burned, and another timeout being taken, 43-22. Muskies in the lead. Man, the pace, huh?
Man, it's fun when you get up and you start running with the ball. But White's got to take care of it a little bit better, and they got to get back, get some stops if they want to be in this game.
So one of the things that we saw in game number 2 was just that extra energy, that extra pep in the step, and the dedication of defense. Rebounding led to some opportunities for a 30-point deficit be cut to 12. This one at 21. So certainly work to do for the Squires. As we talked about the Muskies, 2-0 on the early part of the year, and of course the last week of this year, it'll be a kind of tournament style, best against best, 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, so the records do matter. You want to win your games. Dupay here through traffic will draw the contact. Cam Dupay, I mentioned it earlier, love watching this kid play. In case you're wondering, the foul was on 50. One of the jokes, and we love it. It's a great little memento for the players to have that top 50 jersey, be able to represent, their hard work and dedication to the game. From a commentary standpoint, it's not the greatest idea, but from a basketball player standpoint, it's great. And the officials still going through their mechanics. It's great work for them as well. To be able to come out to something like this and kind of get back in season mode as Dupay able to finish off the glass.
Great pass from Chudy.
Chudy's been a fun player to watch develop as well. His development the last couple of years at Murray, this kid has all sorts of potential. And still just, you see right there, quick hands, able to steal it away. Send out, Lee for 3. Able to hit it. Here they come. Lee, a young man who actually played an extra game, played in the first game tonight. Is kind of was here early. They were down guys, so Javon playing his second game tonight as that ball turned over. Here comes Chudy, pressure from behind, and Chudy able to lay it in. Big run there from the Squires. They cut it down to 12.
Coach, how's the season looking for you guys at Westminster? What are you excited about?
We're really excited. We have a lot different group than we've had the last couple of years. A Division I transfer we just got in from Tennessee State. A lot of JUCO guys, Snow, Slick, USUE. So we're really excited. Plus we have a great group returning from last year, a lot of local kids. So we love it. That's why something like this is so big for us, because whether we're going to hopefully get them out of high school, but if not, maybe they go the Division I route, and if it doesn't work out, we're here. Or if they're going to go to one of these unbelievable JUCOs in our state. I mean, how lucky are we with Coach Taylor here, Coach Rob Nielsen down the road, and then Coach Evans down at USUE. Those are 3 unbelievable coaches, and they get those kids ready for the next level. So we're really excited with what we have, and we haven't played any games yet, so we still love them. But we'll see coming right down the road where we have games the end of this month, so we're excited.
Coach, if you're a basketball player, I'm curious, how important is the summer stuff? How difficult is it for you as a coach to recruit when you're in the middle of the season?
Yeah, so like I told you earlier, I try to be in the gym every single night, and you always beat me to the gym because you have to get set up. And I know I'm at the right game if you guys are up there calling it, so I feel pretty good.
We don't even share our schedule with you.
We don't. But so it's nice to be out during the season as much as we can, but the summer's huge. And I worked when I was at Utah Valley with Coach Pope, and kind of his talk about just being relentless and always being after it has been great for me, but also it's the kind of kids that I've grown to like. And you can tell those kids that are in the gym all summer long, continuing to work, whether it's with the trainer like you talked about and cone drills and playing against guys and continuing to get better, because if you're not in the gym working, somebody else is. Somebody's out here in this top 50 league getting better while you're sitting at home or maybe getting shots up by yourself. So just try to be relentless and get into the gym as much as possible to watch as much basketball as I can.
That ball betrayed the Squires, went right to a Muskie who was able to score it. 22 seconds to go here in the opening half, and a half-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. 3 on the way, that good. 10 seconds to go here in the half. Brady Smith, clock down to 3, sends it over. 3 on the way from Lind. That won't go, and the horn sounds. 47-30 for the score at the break as the Muskies lead the Squires. You're watching the Utah Top 50 Elite League only on KSLSports.com. Welcome back. Start of the second half. The Minnesota Muskies and the Virginia Squires, both based out of Salt Lake City, in a battle here. And it's been all Muskies in this first half. Dane Stewart, Eli Ballstead with you. Eli, anything stand out to you in half number one between these two?
I think we saw that Black were the aggressors. They came out fighting, and we see as Reese gets the rebound and put back, but they came out strong, and it shows in the score.
Here's Chudy. Off the back of the rim, won't go. The rebound gathered by Hinckley. Smith now pushing it up the floor. That shot too strong from Hinckley. Minnesota trying to stay perfect on the season as Javon Lee's shot won't go. The follow won't either. Muskies on the run. In the corner, Hinckley, the three. 52-34. The largest lead of the game has been 21. Squires were able to close back. Nice take there from Dent. Nope. Wonder.
Joe Wonder. The Squires are going to have to get back on defense and get some stops. They're struggling to get back and match up. And Black's getting some easy buckets.
You know, I do have I'm not a basketball coach, but I do have a thought.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. If I were a coach, my team would hate me because I'd make them run so much. I just feel like speed is the differentiator.
Yeah, it's a big deal being conditioned, and again, speed makes a big deal in winning a basketball game.
And you can see just the closeout, the intensity. It's been there tonight for the Muskies. It's Hinckley pushing tempo here, looking for that 20-point lead. That blocked. Nice job there defensively by Wonder. The foul here as Smith was trying to go up. Brady will head to the line. Nope. Foul on the floor. False alarm. Tough drive here. Left that shy off the front of the rim. Chudy running up the floor here for the Squires. Off the glass, too strong as Chudy hit the floor. Carson Smith leading it down, and a foul here called on Wonder.
The Muskies have been moving the ball well as well, and I think that's a big separator for them this game, is getting it around, swinging it back and forth. It's hard to guard when the ball's moving.
I'm just trying to think. I'm going to ask our research department. Has the team wearing the black unis won both games tonight? That's what I thought. So there's a certain bench right now that has a record of the evening on the line and trying to live up to that. We talked about Coach Amico, talked about coaches of the same staff and some bragging rights on the line as Hinckley goes off the glass. Pushes it to 20. Three off target. Carson with the rebound. Brady Smith, nice move. Green Canyon Wolf with two more here for the Muskies. Lee, the pull-up.
It's a tough shot.
Yeah, Smith was right there.
Yeah.
Oh, Hinckley, that middle wide open, an easy finish. Hinckley's had a good night tonight.
Yeah.
Eli.
He has.
Been unselfish, been active offensively and defensively. It's a deep corner three. That's from behind the glass. Nice shot. And we'll get a timeout here. Take a moment, just remind you that the Utah Top 50 is now available for high school girls. If you are one of the top girls players in the state, you can submit or request your invitation at utah-top50.com. And this is going to be starting up the last 2 weeks of October, the first week in November. If you're looking to fine-tune your skills, go against some of the best competition in the state, this is the place for you. Games will be played at Salt Lake Community College, and they'll be coached by current college coaches. So a great opportunity to elevate your game, both in your competition, but also in the coaching that you'll get here in the Utah Top 50. To request your invite, go to utah-top50.com. 15:07 to go. Of course, if you have family or friends that want to watch it, KSLSports.com, YouTube, on the High School Rewind channel. We'll have the rest of the boys' Utah Top 50 every Monday night for you on those outlets. Oh, a little shimmy and shake there off the glass, and the finish from Lind. Boy, a threaded pass inside, and one. Nice play. Brady looking for Hinckley and just threw it behind him. Wonder hands it off, looking inside here, the foul called. Again in the block, and that time a finish.
Finding success getting it inside to Vicentin.
Boy, kind of caught in an awkward spot. A nice job there by Carson, just able to get that ball away and in. You talk about Vicentin, he's posting up here again. The younger brother of Justin Vicentin is a foul here on the drive by Lee. Zach Vicentin. Yeah, because I don't know where Justin came from, but you know, that's why we have our non-paid intern, is to keep names right. And the current Idaho State Bengal, I've told him to take it easy on my beloved Idaho Vandals. Hope he continues to do so. Is Lee able to score from the line? Zach Vicentin was a state champion with the Red Devils. That ball thrown away. Gathered by Vicentin. Vicentin, good work. It's almost like he's done that against his brother a time or two, huh? Although I don't think Zach would allow him that positioning. Zach probably would have pushed him out.
Yeah, he probably would have just pushed him over.
Yeah. That was a big man in the paint in 5A and did such a great job leading the Red Devils. That state championship, he was a beast in that playoff run.
He was.
Tough pull up there, won't go. Got it back, a nice finish. $11.5 to play here in regulation. Wonder uses his teammate, kicks to Dupay for three. Cam Dupay able to hit it. Muskies will throw in. Taufahema working on Vicentin, and that's a nice move by an experienced post. Taufahema, multi-year starter for the Jags, coming back for his senior season. He and Logan Prince. Should be a fun year for the Jaguars as that free throw short. Gathered by Smith and put in. 2 more for Carson. A sophomore for Bountiful. Coach Maxwell, I'm sure pretty excited to have him walk in the halls of Bountiful High School.
Oh, I bet.
Boy, nice drive. How about that play? Three on the way, and that gets the bounce and drops.
Muskies have been able to answer almost every possession, yeah.
Dupay trying to keep the pressure on, that rimmed out. How about Taufahema able to regather? Looking up the floor here. Carson thought about the 3, elected otherwise. To the corner. That 3 won't go. Chudy fouled on the drive to the rim, on the shot, I should say. So Chudy will head to the line. Is Hinckley going to come back on the floor here? That's the free throw, and Hinckley grabs the board. Oh, Hinckley through traffic, and Taufahema able to clean it up. Dupay tried to hand that off. Taufahema in the right spot. Asafe end-to-end, blocked by Chudy, and a late whistle here on the call. Send Taufahema to the line.
Taking it all the way, coast to coast.
He probably doesn't get a lot of those opportunities when you have Logan Prince with you in high school. Yeah. So take advantage of it here while you can, right?
Exactly. Another chance to work on your game.
Everybody loves the big man who can dribble.
Yeah.
It's Taufahema. You could see that he's felt some frustration at the line. Here's Vicentin. Good D by Taufahema. Remember seeing him against Harriman a couple times and having to deal with some of the Mustang bigs. He's always been stout in the block. Chudy trying to keep that. Man, I don't know how Chudy tracked that down. Vicentin will send it out. 3 on the way. Count it good. That drive short. Chudy comes out with it. Inside to Vicentin, left-handed finish.
Let's hope the Squires can keep this spark going.
You know, Eli, we've seen a couple of leads tonight that just have not been able to be withstood. How hard is it when you have that lead to stay dialed in and focused and keep the pressure on?
Yeah,
Chudy hitting it.
That's a tough situation. It's easy to get complacent when you're up by 15 or even 10 points, but you got to stay dialed in, and that's something that the coach always helps you do, stay focused and go one play at a time.
Taufahema with a big bucket there to try to quell this run from the Squires. They had it down to 12, looking for 11, and they get it. Another made 3 here by the Virginia Squires. The lead cut to 11, 77-66. It's been one of the things we talked about it earlier. Game 1, Game 2, we saw comebacks. The comeback won in Game 1, fell short in Game 2. Another one being put on here. It's made it for fun. Not a lot of whistles, not a lot of stoppages, just up and down the floor. And once you find that rhythm, that momentum, it feels like it builds really quickly in this league.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something Coach Amico mentioned. He's looking for guys that are out to compete and that are playing hard. And that's something that we've seen tonight. These guys have had big deficits, but they're still playing and they're coming back from them. We love to see that from players.
6:01 to go here in our final contest of the night. Been great to be here for the Utah Top 50. We'll be here the rest of the way every Monday in October. Coming to you live here at Salt Lake Community College. Teams will continue to play each other until that final week when it's strength on strength, 1v1, or 1v2, 2v3, 5. I'm all over the place. 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 5 versus 6. It's been a long day. Sorry about that. Of course, next week we'll have some big matchups coming up for you as well. Minnesota and St. Louis will play. That should be a good one. Still one to be finished here. Minnesota trying to put the finishing touches on, stay undefeated. Had an overtime win last week. And right now, Virginia trying to make them work. 3 on the way, and that one hit. Big time shot. Chudy on the drive, left-handed finish, won't go. Vicente in there to clean it up. That knocked away from behind, a foul call here instead.
White's playing a little more aggressive, something we would have loved to see the whole game, but they're finally picking it up a tiny bit.
I think this is Gibson. Gives it over with Carson. In the paint. How about that take by Hinckley? See the lane, attack it, huh, Eli?
Exactly.
How about the 3? Dubé gonna come back on the floor here. That one thrown away. Lee with the steal. Hands it off, and that won't go, but tip to Chudy, who will finish.
That cuts the lead to 10 with 4 minutes to go.
There's plenty of time. Brady had that one stripped away, and it will stay here. Lind coming back on the floor here for the Muskies. Brady was open in the corner. Lee with a nice recovery to knock it out. Lind defended by his teammate. Working on Wonder, and that one knocked away. Good defense there by Wonder. Inside of 3 to play here. Chudy trying to bait Hinckley. There's the drive, too strong, but the tipping good from Dupay.
I love how he attacks the rim. Isn't settling for a 3, but gets to the rim to try to get a 2.
And you talk about the the discipline there. He's hit that three before, but it's all about setting up that drive, and great recognition by Chudy. Is the foul here called?
Yeah, and something good came out of it. He wasn't able to finish it, but Cam got the rebound with the tip and finished the play.
The clock will stop on whistles inside of 2 minutes. We're drifting to that point as there's 2:10 left here. Free throw good, 1 for 2. 84-74. 2 minutes to play. Lee for three. That won't go. Rebound to Lind. Smith wisely passes that out to Lind. Carson gives it to Brady through the lane. Wonder. Nice crossover there. Timeout taken. 1:35 to go. 10-point lead for the Muskies. Dane Stewart, Eli Ballstead. Eli, what do you want to talk about?
Man,
what's on your mind?
Well, I'm just thinking about what the Squires are talking about in their play right here in the huddle. But they got to come out and get a stop first.
Is this a 3-time?
I still don't think they need a 3. If they could get a stop and a quick 2, that's good enough. But they need to put some pressure on the Muskies and try to get a steal and a quick 2.
We shoot free throws at 10 fouls. The Squires have 8 right now, only 4 for the Muskies. So just 1 foul to give here for the Squires.
What are you thinking? What would you be telling them if you were the coach of the Squires?
I don't know. I mean, I think it depends on if they score here. I mean, I think if you give up points, you have to. But if you can get a stop, you can maybe try for a quick bucket. But with the shot clock, you have the ability to drain it. But you see him rush it and a turnover.
Yeah.
But you got to hurry.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonder had that lane, now electing to take it. Taufahema came on the help, but a foul here is the call. Send Wonder to the line. 1:18 to go. Eight-point differential. Help coming over. Oh, what a find. Carson right through the rim. Brother to brother, taking care of business. One to play. Wonder, step back, will take the 3. That's short. Gathered by Lind. Worked over to Lind, 40 seconds left, 15 on the shot clock. Good ball movement here. We'll set up Smith for 3. Short, Lind able to track it down. Pressure there. That deflected into the backcourt. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Lind has the extra pass in the paint. And the foul there given. The worst part is that's on the shot. Not that it matters. I mean, 14 seconds left, 10-point game.
Yeah.
I don't see Reggie Miller keeping the eyes peeled. Do you remember that moment, or were you too young?
I was too young, but I've definitely watched the 30 for 30 several times.
All right.
It's one of my favorites.
I remember going to a family event on that. I went to church. I thought the game was over. My friends showed up. They're like, dude, they won. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I missed it. That's okay. Dupay for 3. Able to hit it. Just have to get it in play. They will, and the clock will expire. It's a big lead for the Muskies. The Squires came back and made it close.
Yeah.
In the end, not enough as the Muskies win 90-81. Eli, your final thoughts of the night?
Man, great job from both squads. not giving up, playing hard. Fun to see.
The Muskies stay undefeated with the win over the Squires. And that'll do it for week 3 here in the Utah Top 50. We'll be back Monday night from Salt Lake Community College. Games at 6:30, 7:30, 8:30 right here on KSLSports.com. For Vince Francis, Eli Ballstead, my name is Dane Stewart.